I'm going to be calling out Kassia on this video because it's long overdue. Yeah. I mean, how many times does something need to happen before you finally address it? Why do you always have to talk to people about your observations and then you make bold statements like you're going to confront those people, but then you never do? Why? What's the point? What's the point? I mean, there's been so many other occasions, but last night's conversation with Victoria was the third time. And guys, I'm getting sick of it because this is the 7th week and Kassia is still holding back. Or do we call it cowardice? Because at this point, there's no such thing as, oh, she's trying to be the bigger person. No, it's a competition. You call out people's bullshit, especially when it does not sit well with the whole house. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you already know what I'm on about. Some of you do not, but don't worry. I'll explain, all right? We're going to get into this video right now. And guys, I just need you all to hear me out, all right? Just listening to the points I'm going to be raising on this video. I know Kassia's fans are going to be going over the roof right now, but people should just take a chill pill, calm down, and listen to the story, all right? And yeah, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And you're all welcome to my channel. My name's Bbnaija. This is Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, and I am the girl with the tea. Without further ado, let's just quickly dive right into the details of this video. Now, you probably haven't noticed, but I have actually noticed that Kassia has a knack for complaining about things that people do in the house, but never making the move to confront them. And I'm not talking about having a conversation, because ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we are sick and tired of those their reconciliation conversations and everybody, you know, threading carefully around everybody. No, I'm talking about addressing the issue right there and then. Kassia has a habit of doing that in the house. And now it's become exhausting. So the first major one for me was last week when she had a diary session and she was reporting to Big Brother that there's something that Wanni and that sister does that she does not like, that this is something they do all the time, that every time they want to cook for the three of them, that is the twin sisters and Sean, they use the bulk of the food supplies, the ingredients, to prepare their meal. That this is something they do at every given point in time, even when there's a shortage of food supply in the house. These people literally hide food. And whilst everybody is hungry and looking for something to eat, from nowhere, they just produce proteins and whatnot, you know, and prepare a meal for only three of them. She feels like it's unfair and it's high time someone address them about it. Because guys, we know what's happening in this house here. It's not like the rest of the housemates are not seeing what's happening. They see what's happening. They know what's happening. But as usual, everybody is, you know, tiptoeing around everybody. Nobody wants to call it out. Nobody wants to talk about it. Guys, for whatever reason best known to them. So Kassia had complained about this to Big Brother during her diary session last week. And I was expecting her to call them out, you know, call out the twin sisters over their bullshit. Because why? She wasn't lying. Because ladies and gentlemen, personally, I have seen it happen on TV. I have seen situations where, aside from even their private cooking, right? When the twin sisters are cooking for the general house, there's something they do. If they are going to use chicken to cook, they would cut like a huge chunk of that meat, right? And fry it alongside others. Then they will cut others in little bits, yes. Then when they're about to serve the food to everybody in the house, we'll then dish out that huge size for Sean. And guess who does it all the time? It's Wanni. Ndi only follows Wanni's orders. Guys, there was one I saw. See, that meat could have passed for 2 people. But Wanni just literally packed like a huge plate of rice. That day was rice and stew. She just served a huge plate of rice and put that big meat on top of it. Then she put it somewhere. I think she put it under the shelf. Yeah. And then when every other person was coming for food, look at the way she was just taking tiny, tiny meats for every other person. Guys, I was really disgusted that day because I'm like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And they are so insensitive when they do these things because they don't really care about the rest of the house. In fact, was it some days ago, Nelly and Anita, they were having conversations in the garden, and they mentioned that, okay, one of them mentioned that, oh, they're just coming from inside the house right now, and they saw something. So like, what happened? And then Nelly was saying that they were looking for meat to cook, and there was no meat. Because, of course, there was no food in the house. So there was no meat. They were looking for something to use to cook whatever dish they were trying to prepare. And the next thing, Wanni just brought out one big chicken, you know, a full chicken. She just brought it out from nowhere. And they asked her, where is this coming from? And she was like, it was right there. They said, where? She said, it was right there in the fridge. They said, is it the same fridge that everybody has been scouting and looking for protein? Nobody could find anything. So which part of the fridge did you find yours? Guys, they said she went ahead, used that meat to prepare food for herself, her sister, and Sean. And guess what? These girls that were having this conversation, they were in the garden, they were laughing. They were laughing about it. They did not do anything about it. And guys, I was livid. Because I'm like, what is wrong with these housemates? Have they forgotten where they are? Have they forgotten? It is matters like this that you will take up. You will take it up because, one, it is unfair, it is not right, and two, because it will create content. They don't necessarily have to fight, but address the matter right there and there. Call the attention of the rest of the house to understand that, oh, this is what's happening, or some people actually... Guys, have you seen where the twin sisters fry plantain for themselves and Sean? Hey, Jesus. See, if you live in Nigeria and you know the price of plantain, you understand why this thing is really paining me. Like, it's really pissing me off. Plantain is a very, very pricey commodity over here. Very expensive. These people will pack like a whole bunch of it and they'll fry everything. And then they will now, like, the way they eat. The way they eat. Oh my God. These people eat a lot. Those three people, they eat a lot. And Sean is always hungry. So, Kassia has seen all of these things. And she had complained to Big Brother last week during her diary session. And she had said she was going to confront Wanni. But guess what? She didn't. Now, I allowed that one to slide because I felt like, okay, maybe there were other important matters that came up in the house. So she probably forgot or she probably did not have time to do that. Now, there was also the parrot spill, the third one, where she was explaining to Kelly Ray about Onyeka's treacherous move, you know, to being friends with the twin sisters because of their perceived large fan base. Yes. Now, I did a video about that some days ago. And if you all recall how I explained it, Kassia had actually had a conversation with Ndi. She had told Ndi that she was the one that made that statement. And she had said that she was going to go and confront Onyeka. She would go and tell Onyeka that, yes, she's the one that said it, you know, because Onyeka actually said all of those things to her. So it wasn't like she made it up from the clouds or she made it up from somewhere. And ladies and gentlemen, Onyeka has been going around the house since on Monday, telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that has to listen that that was a malicious gossip against her. That was a vicious lie told against her personality, that if she catches the person that said it, she's going to raise fire and brimstone. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. She's not going to find it funny. She has been threatening a lot. And she's been directing her threats towards Victoria, especially Victoria and Kassia. And for her, if she finds out that they're the ones that said it, she's going to raise hell. She's going to burn things, that she's going to do this and do that. And it's not like Kassia has not been hearing Onyeka's threat. But guess what? Yesterday was Wednesday. Kassia is still yet to confront Onyeka. And I'm wondering why. What is she afraid of? Or is it cowardice? Now, fast forward to the conversation she was having with Victoria last night. Once again, she was complaining about Wanni serving Sean 2 pieces of meat while serving other people 1 pieces each. And then even she herself, that's Wanni herself, is eating 1 meat while serving Sean 2 meats. Now, we know that in that house, there's favoritism in the kitchen. Especially when one person is cooking, they will ensure that the people that are in their circle get like the larger chunk of food. Onyeka and her sister Chizoba, they do that a lot for them, by the way, twins. Most of the housemates, they do that a lot for them, by the way, twins. They like, I don't know anybody that cooks, they like giving them, by the way, twins, the larger portion. I don't know why, but it's just ridiculous to me. So, as usual, in a conversation with Victoria last night, she said again that she was going to address the situation with Wanni if it happens next time. And guys, listen, at that point in time, I felt like breaking my TV. Because I'm like, girl, are you a coward or what? Are you afraid of these people? Because what is all this? You see something happening right in front of you. Instead of you to address it right there and then, you hold it in and then you go and forget to your friend Victoria or your husband, and after telling them, you now make bold statements like, oh, next time they do it, I'm going to confront them, and then you end up doing nothing. That is cowardice, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, as far as the show is concerned, that is cowardice. And I love what Victoria said, that it would be very ridiculous to call somebody aside and be talking about meat, just meat. Yeah, but if something like that should happen, call it out right there and then. What is the point of something happening? You're right there watching it unfold, but then you turn a blind eye, and then later on, you're beating yourself about it and you're upset. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the way Victoria explained her stance in that matter, guys, I loved it because that is the truth. That is the truth. And I was just looking at Kassia and I was just so livid. I was just so livid, guys, because I'm like, girl, you're tripping. You're tripping. Are you afraid that the twin sisters are going to, join forces and attack you if you address it? I don't understand. You don't necessarily have to fight. It got me thinking, like, what is so difficult in walking up to, in fact, calling it out right there and then? Call Wanni's attention and ask her, come, Wanni, why are you serving Sean 2 pieces of meat whilst the rest of us are eating 1 piece of meat, like 1 piece of meat? Like, why the rest of us are eating 1? I don't understand. Why? Call it out right there and then. But Kassia is not doing any of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, frankly speaking, I was actually rooting for Kassia to be a no-nonsense person, to stand her ground, be assertive. But this whole vibe she's giving, it's giving cowardice. And please, nobody should come and say, oh, she's being a bigger person. Oh, she's trying not to. What kind of peace are you maintaining in week 7? You think if other housemates were doing that in front of Wanni and Ndi, you think they'll be quiet about it? No. They will be vocal about it. They will talk about it. They will call it out. Because that's what they know how to do best. So I don't understand why Kassia is, choosing to be quiet over these things. It's really annoying. And guys, the worst of it all is they do it both when they are doing a general cooking for the whole house and when they are doing their private cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, Kassia is not ready. She is not ready. And I'm sick and tired of hearing her talk about, oh, this person did this thing, I'm going to go and confront them. Right now, it's giving cowardice. It's giving, oh, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. And it doesn't look cute. As far as I'm concerned, she needs to go and address all of these pending matters that she has called our attention to. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. And if Onyeka now finds out from Wanni and Ndi that it was Kassia that said it, it's not going to look like she's indeed scared of Onyeka. So Kassia needs to open her mouth and address all of these people that she has personal beefs with. Otherwise, as I said, it's giving cowardice. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.